We are doing the front brakes, replacing basically everything, rotors, pads, and the caliper. We're doing it on all four. These are the power stops. I'll post a link. I got it on Rock Auto. It's the top of the line for what they sell. It looks like the calipers and stuff are just painted. They're still Ford. They say Ford on them. They're just painted red. But either way, rotors look nice. And I guess it's got some pretty good brake pads. So we'll see how they work. But I'll show you how to install these things. So we got the first jack car up. Put a jack stand underneath it. Keep yourself safe. And be careful with these wheels. They're nice. So take your time. Try not to drop the lug nut on the wheel. These are, at least on this car, they're 3/4. If I were you, I would break them loose while it's on the ground, not in the air, because that'll make things a lot more difficult. You're probably picking up all the rain. We got a storm coming in. Well, it's already here, not coming in. It's kind of raining everywhere. But all right, wheel ready to come off. And just get it out of the way. Careful with it again. Don't booger it up any. Once we have the wheel off, it's relatively easy. So again, the first thing I do on these is since we're replacing everything here, I break this line off first. I don't actually take it off. I just break this loose. That's a 16 millimeter. That'll break that loose, and then I tighten it back up by hand, just snug, just so it's not leaking everywhere. But so whenever I have the caliper up here, then I can just break it loose and replace it real quick. Now this one up here is a 12, and you have two of those. You got one up here, one down here, and we can take that, and then you just replace. You can move that out of the way. And then this bracket, you got two bolts. You got one up here, it's a 15, and you got one down below. I don't know if you can see it, kind of guessing, but there's one down below as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this off, put it to the side. Well, first we're gonna break that line loose, then we're gonna take this off, put it to the side, and then we'll take the brake pads off with this. And then we should be able to hit this a couple times with a hammer, and it should pop right off. So in theory, we'll see. We got the brake rotor on. Now we're gonna put the caliper, no pads yet. We're just gonna put the caliper on it, and we're gonna swap over the brake line. So we're gonna put the whole thing on. Hopefully we can hit the hole. Throw the other one in. Okay, so that's good. Now we're going to take the line off of this one. We're going to slap it on this one. We got the new caliper on. Now here's the old one. So I broke that loose earlier. And what you need to do is once you get this off, it's going to have a brass washer or copper washer on the top and on the bottom down here. Now usually they stick, so you're going to have to either cut it off or pry it off or something like that. It does make a little bit of a mess, so make sure you got something to at least catch some of the brake fluid that comes out. But this kit did come with new ones, so we're going to replace them and then put them on the back of this caliper, and we should be good. So let's try it out. Alright, so I got that basically blocked the whole camera that whole time putting that line back on with my arm, so that's nice for everybody to see. But we're going to take the caliper back off, put the brake pads on. Just take these 2 bolts off the back. And again, just be careful, it's nice fresh paint, so don't scratch up too much. Go. It's not really hanging, it's kind of good. Now I gotta put the new pieces in here. Oh, there it is. Good. Okay, now these pads, one goes on one side, obviously, and then the other. They look exactly the same, except for the ones that go on the inside have a little nipple on up on top here and one down below. The ones that come on the outside don't, they're flush. So if you don't do that, and you put them backwards, your caliper won't go back on correctly. These bolts up top are 25 foot-pounds, and then those guys right here are 85 foot-pounds. You can put a little bit of Loctite. I wouldn't do it on this one. I mean, you can if you want, but you can put a little bit on that one down there. There's 2 of those, obviously. You can put a little bit of Loctite on those, make it feel a little better. Now we need to bleed the brakes. So bleeding the brakes, you get somebody inside the car. Make sure you have brake fluid in the reservoir, and then get somebody in the car. I don't have missing a fingernail. All right, so somebody in the car, pump the brakes like 3 times, open the bleeder up, and if I was you, get a hose, and that's what I'm gonna do. Get a hose on it, run it down to like a bottle or something, catch it. Do that, pump, 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 hold, open this up, let it blow through, then shut this, then ask them to let go of the pedal, let them pump it again 3-4 times, then hold it, open the bleeder again, let it bleed through. You do that until there's no air in the system. You see no bubbles coming out, it's just straight fluid. Once you're good with that, you should be solid. You can fire the car up, back it up, push the brake pedals, make sure everything is solid. If you feel any spongy brakes, you have something messed up somewhere. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna do that here. We probably get a little bit of video of doing that, but that should be about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to ask. God bless. There you're holding. Pump. 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 Let off. Okay, hold it. Okay, that's good. Yep, should be good. How's it feel? Okay.